Finally figures out how to cool off the Montreal Canadiens, and it's the Calgary Flames who get Dillon Dube back in the lineup for the first time in almost 2 weeks, Craig. Perhaps he was a bit too fired up. Take us through Dube's controversial high hit on Kotkaniemi, and do you think this hit merits supplemental discipline?
Yes, I do think it merits supplemental discipline. I'd be suspending him for 2 games. The principal point of contact is Jesperi Kotkaniemi's head, and as you watch Dillon Dube come below the goal line, he's got his arms tucked in, and it's not as blatant as the Sammy Blais hit on Devon Toews that got Sammy Blais a 2-game suspension. It's more subtle. But as he comes through with the upper part of his arm, shoulder, it clearly makes contact with Kotkaniemi's head. And that, to me, you got to avoid the head. And one thing I want to say right now, too, Glenn, it doesn't matter whether he's a dirty player or whether he has any type of previous history. You're looking at the act. And the act, in my view, merits a 2-game suspension.
All right, so the Flames, though, they do end a 3-game slide, in large part to the goaltending of Jacob Markstrom. That's why they paid him the big money. He shuts down one of the league's highest-scoring clubs. How was Markstrom, Craig, able to record his second shutout of the season?
Well, the way he was able to record a shutout in this game was because all he had to do was think, oh, this is what I've gone through the last few years in Vancouver. Quality shots against. I have to come up big. My defense was leaky through the first 2 periods. The first 2 periods, Glenn, 18-4 high-quality danger shots for the Montreal Canadiens versus the Calgary Flames. So without Markstrom's brilliance in the first 2 periods, I mean, this game could have got way out of control and much in Montreal Canadiens' favor. But that's the beautiful thing about Jacob Markstrom, is that he's used to it. He doesn't want to become too used to it. And for the Calgary Flames, having him in the net really gives them that #1 goaltender they haven't had since Mika Kiprusoff. And this game is a perfect example. They were blocking shots. They were more competitive. But their defensive play through 2 periods was very, very weak and very, very leaky. Jacob Markstrom gets the win for them by cleaning up all the mistakes that were in front of them.
Yeah, the Flames had that players-only meeting after Thursday's loss. I wonder what was said or even if it worked tonight, but they did get the win. Now, 3 straight games against Winnipeg for Calgary starting on Monday.